Welcome everybody, welcome back to Blaugrana Planet, and today guys, Roberto De Zerbi's agent as well as Ronald Araujo's agent, the same guy, has been spotted in Barcelona, and also there are news coming from Germany regarding the possibility of a swap deal between Tuchel and Hansi Flick, guys. Very interesting, guys, because I think that Barcelona is positively valuing these two coaches, of course, after Xavi's announcement that he's going to be departing. News from Gerard Romero saying, from Germany, they say that Bayern Munich could go for Hansi Flick if Thomas Tuchel leaves. So the possibility of Flick at Barca could be in jeopardy. This fits with some information I have from things that happened today, guys. Literally, I believe that Thomas Tuchel is thinking about Barcelona, and in fact there are some news from Sport saying that Thomas Tuchel has offered himself to Barcelona, but he has a contract with Bayern Munich. But if certainly Tuchel wants to leave, I think Barcelona would certainly be a good choice. I think Tuchel fits nicely in Barcelona, the style of play. And I think that he has enough experience, better experience than Hansi Flick. I understand Hansi Flick won the sextuple with Bayern Munich, etc. But I believe that Hansi Flick has little experience really in the coaching level, and I think that Tuchel is more prepared for a team like Barcelona, and the style fits better. Of course, maybe a little change for Barcelona could work, but it could also be a big failure. And we also have to understand that Barcelona is in a tense situation. Maybe a coach with more experience like Thomas Tuchel could be interesting, and I'm looking forward to what you guys have to say. Of course, we can value other coaches. We're going to talk about the ZERBI a little later. There is still Xavi Alonso, there is Michel, there is some other coaches there in the back, for example, as well. I think I mentioned pretty much all of the coaches that Barcelona is really valuing, and I see positive thing on Hansi Flick and Thomas Tuchel, and actually, Thomas Tuchel, not Hansi Flick, and I think I would certainly bet for Tuchel rather than Hansi Flick. I'm skeptic about Hansi Flick. You guys know it. You guys have been following my channel, know it very much. Another name that we can start talking about is Roberto De Zerbi, because his agent, Edmundo Capci, was spotted today in Barcelona, and in fact we have the images of him arriving to the airport, spotted by Gigantes. Let me see if we can see it. That's him talking on the phone right there. Edmundo Capci is the agent not only of De Zerbi, but also Ronald Araujo. And in fact, the meeting today was focused on Ronald Araujo. I know his level dropped a bit, lately in the season, but everybody in Barcelona dropped the level, to be honest. So let's not blame the guy, because today Deco and Ronald Araujo's agent Edmundo Capci met for 3 hours in Barcelona. They discussed the contract extension, and his camp assured that he would stay in Barcelona for the next 2.5 years of his current deal. Where's the current extension? Where's the contract extension? Well, we don't see it. I believe that the player is going to want to stay. I believe the player is that kind of a player that feels the colors, that bets on this club, and now he's wearing the captain armband in many games, because he's the third captain, and with, of course, Sergi Roberto being in the bench and Ter Stegen getting injured, he was the captain many times this season. And to be honest, guys, we need to also value Roberto De Zerbi, although there are some rumors, some news from Mate Moreto saying that Roberto De Zerbi is impossible for Barcelona. The finances and the manager preferring the Premier League rule him out. Well, the world, anything can change in the world. I think that De Zerbi doesn't really have that much of an experience in high level teams, and I think that would possibly value Barcelona very positively. I think Roberto De Zerbi has had more of a career in Italy, and then, if I don't remember wrong, he coached in Ukraine, Shakhtar Donetsk, and now he's in the Premier League. Of course, the Premier League, you know, they pay better than in Spain, and also it's very dynamic, very dynamic. But guys, I honestly think that that we have to value Roberto De Zerbi, and according to Gerard Romero, Barca is valuing 3 names. He didn't say the names, but he said an Italian name, a German name, and a Spanish name. And to be honest, guys, I think that Barcelona is not valuing Tuchel right now because he has a contract, but Barcelona is going to be valuing, Mr. Hansi Flick. So the German is Hansi Flick. The Spanish is going to be Michel, even though he has a contract. I think Michel could be the one, or Xavi Alonso, but Xavi Alonso is a little harder. I think Michel is going to be easier to convince. And Roberto De Zerbi being the Italian one. Okay, so these are the options, guys. These are the options to replace Xavi Hernandez. And, you know, some of you maybe, guys, are saying, well, has Barcelona been fair with Xavi Hernandez? I read some articles today about Laporta. By the way, I see people talking in the chat saying, Mohamed says, Alex, my first is Michel. Saying, big Alex, Tuchel, nah, I'm good. Well, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I was talking about Xavi, because it seems that some people are saying that Laporta has not been doing too well, and Xavi has been somewhat affected by Laporta, you know. And I saw some interesting post that said, look, Xavi always had to adapt to the club situation. He wanted Mendy, Romeo was signed. He wanted Bernardo, Gundogan was signed. He wanted Foyth, Cancelo was signed. He wanted Haaland, Lewandowski was signed. But of course, if I want the best players in the world, then just asking is for free, you know. But signing players is not for free. And certainly Romeo, 3.5 million. Gundogan came in for free. Cancelo came in for free on a loan deal. And yes, Lewandowski, we paid the money. But we paid the money in the first year. The first year of Xavi Hernandez, and in fact, I think that we got our return with La Liga and the Super Cup of Spain. It is the problem that Lewandowski now literally lowered his level tremendously, and you know what? I see such a low level to the whole squad that is certainly a problem of the coach. It has to be a problem of the coach. If you tell me, okay, there is 1 or 2 players underperforming, I can understand. But it's the whole squad, guys, underperforming. Therefore, we must take into account that Xavi arrived a little too early. And, you know, can you blame Laporta for signing Xavi a little too early? I think no. I think everybody wanted Xavi, and the fans wanted Xavi. Everybody wanted Xavi, and there was a big pressure on the signing of Xavi. It is true that it took us a little while to fire Ronald Koeman, because, you know, we were there in the middle of the season when the season wasn't going well, and then we got Ronald Koeman. We fired Ronald Koeman, but you know, I think that Xavi Hernandez is the one to blame here. The job was too big for him. Just too big for him. And I'm sorry to say. Let's do a quick Q&A, guys, with what you guys have to say, because it's always very interesting. I see Futbolero saying Thiago Motta or even Hansi Flick. I wouldn't back Thiago Motta, man. Come on, that's super risky. I see another question by 54. Do you think that Xavi is going to survive the season? I think he will. I think that Barcelona will eventually go through in the Champions League versus Napoli, and Xavi will survive. Xavi will survive because a quarterfinal knockout wouldn't be that bad, that bad of a disaster. I see Leroy saying, Alex, do you think the influence of agent Jorge Mendes is too much in the club? That's a very good question, Leroy. I think that there is too much of an influence from Jorge Mendes, for sure. Waptum saying, Thiago Motta is the best option. What do you guys think is the best option for Barcelona? I think Thiago Motta has barely any experience and would be very, very risky. I see another question says, Alex, do you think that Michel and De Zerbi are very similar because they don't have experience like Hansi Flick? I see similarities between De Zerbi and Michel. Both are young, upcoming coaches. They have been doing considerably well, but I would certainly put preference on Michel First, because he knows La Liga very well. Not only he was a player, but he's been coaching La Liga teams for now many years. He coached 3 teams. 3 of the teams were low mid-tier teams, you know, and now he got Girona to the top of La Liga, and that was impressive. And the way Girona plays and the way Girona is maintaining the level throughout the season, this is what really gets me attracted to Michel, because if he did this with Girona, I think that he can do even way better with Barcelona, because we have better players, right? It's common sense. The ZERBI is a little bit more of a risky option. I'm not going to talk about Tuchel. I'm not going to talk about Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick, to me, riskier option. Tuchel, more conservative. I think I would certainly, if I had to pick, I would pick certainly Michel first. Why Michel? First of all, because also budget level, you know, I think Michel is not going to ask for a tremendous amount. Instead, Tuchel will probably have a higher pedigree, if that's how I can say it. And you know, Michel, Tuchel, and then probably the ZERBI, and then Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick the last, guys. Hansi Flick the last. You need to understand. To me, Hansi Flick, one season wonder. Literally, the team that he got, it was still kind of a Pep Guardiola's team. It's true that he didn't inherit the team directly from Pep Guardiola, but the foundations were there. The foundations were there, and it was a weird year, the COVID year. You know, a lot of things were weird. You know, but anyways, you gotta value the sextuple for Hansi Flick. Absolutely, you gotta do that. But anyways, guys, that's all for today's video. I see more than 100 people watching, only 30 likes. Come on, smash the like for the support of the channel. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification, because we're live, you know. It's also great to interact with all of you guys, and it's a pleasure. We're trying to be here every day. Of course, not every day I can be here, but this is your channel, guys, remember. And as I always say, Pesca el Barça, Pesca Catalunya. I'm telling you, baby, we're coming back, and see you in the next video. Bye.